a year in the job. You must feel there's been some good progress made over that period.
Yeah, I think when you look back, starting at the club and the position the club was in, and it was in a little bit of turmoil as well, behind the scenes. To get where we've got to is first class. It's a great effort by everybody. But we have to push on. We have to move on. I think when people stand still, especially in professional sport, 9 times out of 10 you tend to to end up going backwards. So the important thing is that we've done really well, but to take it on again if we can, and to make sure that we don't get complacent. I think the league this year, I think you've seen it, Dave. It's just unbelievable. The results that have happened this season compared to last season. You just don't know what's going to happen. So it's very, very important that we maintain our focus and togetherness and commitment, and do what we're doing and do it well.
This time last year, you said that this was probably your toughest challenge in the game, keeping Albion up. What was the scale of the job when you came?
Well, it's still the same now. There's still lots of things that it's very, very difficult. I've done it a couple of times coming into a football club halfway through a season, because you don't really see the true or get a true feel of the football club. You're really so focused on getting results at the top end that you just don't see what's going on behind the scenes and how it runs and how it works. So this year has been as much of an eye-opener as what it was last year in lots of ways. And there's lots of things. I've said before, it's a smashing club. There's great loyalty. The supporters love their football club. There's a great togetherness in respect of the history, the tradition, and the fact that it's it has been such a great club. That that's brilliant, and it's bringing that bond together and making it stronger and stronger and stronger. And the supporters are there, the infrastructure are there. What we've got to do, we've got to change things around on the playing side, and also behind the scenes, and become much more, I personally think, professional. You can't keep getting away with with doing things that, in my book, are not geared to get you success and get you to where you want to be. And that is still happening and still going on. It's not major things, but it's big things, and things that I've spoken to the chairman about, and things that we've discussed. But as I've said, the people at the football club are wonderful people. I really, really think that apart from you, Dave, everybody's absolutely fantastic. And they love their football club, which is wonderful.
You talk about professionalism and leadership and so on. Darren Fletcher, I think, was a big statement of intent from yourself and from the football club when he came.
Well, you need men, and the big thing with Fletcher is that he's worked with a great manager for a long time, played a lot of games under a manager that knows how to win and wants to win. So Fletch was a no-brainer for me, and to bring him in has been a wonderful experience for everybody at the club, to watch such a great professional work, and the way he works, the way he trains, the way he behaves himself. Good family man as well, wants to to lead his life properly, and he's a good influence around the football club, and I've got a lot of time for Darren. There are players here who have been here for a long time, who are again, good professionals. They've played their part and have been very, very good for this football club. So we're mentioning Fletcher, and we've brought in, but there's also some solid lads as well.
Last season we had a sort of our ups and downs. I think we came to the Crystal Palace game, which was absolutely a pivotal moment in that season.
Yeah, that was the game that set us on a run, and that was important to get that run of results, which eventually kept us up. And like I say, you're hoping that you push on from there. But last year was all about trying to get results. This year has been an eye-opener in respect that I've been able to see, Dave, exactly what goes on, to actually smell the roses without not having my eyes on them as well. So, it's interesting. It's a different setup. It's a different way of running a club than what I've been used to. And I think I've got a decent relationship with the chairman. I hope he feels the same, Dave. I can't speak for him. But there are things that need to be changed. You have to have a good relationship with your chairman. Your chairman has to trust you. You have to trust the chairman. Yes, there can be people in between you and the chairman, and it's important, I think, more for the chairman than the manager, that they're there. But those people have to work together with you as well. So that togetherness and that working as one is so important, Dave. I was told very, very early on in my life that the most important relationship of a football club is the owner and the manager. That's never changed, and it still sings true to today.
We had some good momentum at the end of last season. I think it was 5 or 6 games unbeaten before the final game. That was important to sort of set the tone for coming back for this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, then we get off to an awful start. We get Man City and Chelsea in the first 2 home games and have a poor start there. The result of Watford, people moan about that result, but you look at what Watford have done now, and that puts it into perspective that it was a good result, and it was we had to dig it out. But now it was a tough start. Now I think what happens as well, especially in the Premiership, if you don't get off to a good start, there's a lot of negativity that seeps through, not just at this club but all clubs, and you'll never stop that. There'll always be that negativity, and that's the way that we are in this country, and so that the pressure builds and that things get dampened down. But we've got through that, Dave, and you're hoping now that we can move 1 or 2 on during the window and bring 1 or 2 in, which is going to be very, very important for us.
We've sort of grown into the season, particularly the last 2 months. I think we've put some really good performances together.
Yeah, the players have responded exceptionally well to, like I say, the downers at the beginning of the season. And sometimes, Dave, we got results that we didn't deserve. I think we did better than the results showed at times. But they've kept believing, they've kept going, and they've really knuckled down to what I'm all about, and that is, it's about the club, it's about the team, it's about everybody. It's not about individuals. It's about individuals working within that group and working within the team and working within the structure of this football club. And whether it's the fans on the terraces working together and singing together and keeping the faith, whether it's the players on the pitch, the players who are playing for the academy, everybody who puts a shirt on, with West Bromwich Albion on, that for me, they have to roll their sleeves up and they have to give everything they possibly can for the shirt, and I'll never be any different. I'm too old and tough to be different.
On the back of that, you must be pleased with the fact that we've won back-to-back home wins, because
our home form has been disappointing in some respects, and that counts for a lot. When you think there might be 1,000 people go away and watch 1 away games. Well, we've generally done well this year and put in some good performances. Yet there could be 24,000 people here watching it. So you'd spin it round. You'd prefer your own form to be good and your away form to be not so good. But it hasn't happened that way. But of late, I think the last 2 home games, the Newcastle game and the Stoke game, we've shown signs of being a decent team, and not just being a decent team, a team that can get forward and create chances and create opportunities.
Performance has been good. Also, I think the fitness has come through. We've got a bit of stick for our methods in the summer. I think might be proving a few people wrong at this point.
I don't care what people say, Dave. I've got thick skin, and I'm very, very focused on what I've achieved over a long period of time. As a player, I was very, very conscious of being fit. As a coach, I was very, very conscious of getting players fit. And as a manager, it has not moved 1 iota. Fitness is the first and most important thing that you should ask from the players. Forget everything else. They should be fit. And when I say fit, I mean fit.
Running up and down there.
Running up and down. Well, you've seen the work that we put in and the work that we've done. And I think, as you've said, it's been questioned. But it's put them on a level, it's put them on a base that they can really, really push on from.
50 points in the calendar year. It's the first manager to have done that, the Albion in the Premier League. I mean, that must be a good start for what you want to go on and achieve in the years to come.
Yeah, it's you know, it's something that I didn't even think of, Dave. You know, it's only other people like yourself who've mentioned it to me, give me that stat. But that's you know, that's gone now. The most important stat now is obviously the cup game against Bristol City, and then you know, going into 2 tough games away from home, Chelsea and Southampton. I have to say, I think the fixtures this year have been absolutely appalling for us. You know, the way they've fallen. I don't know whether you're used to, you know, having all these fixtures, or you know, what I would say, you know, run against you in lots of ways. You know, we've got, even from now, the second half of the season, we've got 3 double headers away from home consecutively. You know, where we're playing midweek and then going away on a Saturday, and you know, that's something that you know, let's get over the line, and then you know, I'll be ringing the league up and finding out what's going on.